What's up, everybody? We're at a familiar fishing spot. I've fished here a couple times. It's right by a bridge. A lot of good weeds, lily pads, cypress trees, all sorts of that good stuff. And we're going after catfish, and we have caught many catfish here before, but this time we're doing it as a catch and cook. Hopefully we can fill up the cooler and we can get some nice fillets out of these catfish. I'm super excited about trying this spot. There's a lot of great sticks sticking up out of the water, grass beds, cypress trees, all that good stuff. I haven't fished this section. I've fished maybe 50 or 75 yards down in that direction. As always, I'm fishing for catfish, so I'm using CJ's Bait Company punch bait. Some of the best catfish bait you could use. That's what I'm going to be fishing in pretty much any of my catfish videos. If you want to get CJ's Bait Company punch bait, I have a link down in my description where you can get it right off of Amazon. Easy to find just through that clickable link. So go ahead and do that. I moved one rod right in between the two logs that are sticking out, where I think, I don't know, that was a nice big old catfish. Trying to hide from the sun and some shade, that's where I would go. Rarest catch of them all, unless you're an amateur. You know when you like hook a log and then you're pulling on it, and it finally, like you're pulling, tugging, and it finally like flicks off, and you think it's gonna hit you in the face, or you're scared of at least. That just happened to me. So that's my explanation of why I just jumped. Just caught this catfish. This is perfect eating size, but I'm gonna actually bleed this out. We're gonna keep it. I'm gonna show you guys how to cut it up and how we're gonna cook it in an extra special way, so be sure to stay to the end of the video for that. Okay, so we're bleeding the fish. It's sitting in a bucket of ice cold water. That's to help get all the blood out, which helps take as much of the fish taste out and makes the fillets nice and white instead of being red stained because of the blood. Okay, I just got something else in the same spot. I don't know what it is, but oh, it's getting stuck in the weeds here. So hopefully we can manage to get this pulled out. He's still on. Did he come off? It's hard to tell. There's so many. Whoa. Yeah, he did not stay on. As you could probably tell. That's okay though. That was in the same spot that I casted the last one. So I'm definitely going to get this guy rehooked, get this line rehooked here, and cast back in the same spot because it's pulling in catfish. What we got? What we got? Oh yeah, another cat. Another catfish. Come on, don't get tangled up in the... And... Oh. Another good size eating catfish here. I'm going to go ahead and bleed this out just like the other one. Keep an eye on my other lines here. Looked like something was messing with my lines. I'm going to try and make this quick here. Yeah, there we go. Something. Let's see, let's see. Dang it. It's the turtle. The turtle finally got caught. And just double check that I can't keep him, because these are real good sized one too. Okay, so here we go. We've got two of the catfish here that I'm going to clean up. I've got some plastic bags, put the fillets in afterwards, and then I've got the filleting knife. So I'm cutting the catfish straight on this table. This is a table that I use for all my woodworking projects. So there's stain on it, but I went ahead and sanitized it, and I'm just going to cut and fillet this fish right on here. And basically here you can feel that there's a bone that runs kind of along the head of the catfish, and I'm going to cut slightly angled inward and down. I want to be sure to Watch your fingers here. I like to hold his side fin like this, above where the knife is cutting, so I don't have a chance of cutting myself there. You can kind of feel when you're cutting in, you can kind of feel where the bone is and follow the bone down. And then once you hit this fin here, you're just gonna start to angle your knife down in the other direction, and you're not going to be sliding all the way through the fish because you don't want to pop through into the guts, but you're just going to go slightly, maybe about 2 inches in with the knife, and follow the spine, follow the fish all the way to the back. And I like to go ahead and cut right through there, so there's a little flap. You can see how I kind of just followed through. It's not completely cut through there. And I'm just going to now follow up the belly here. I'm cutting on the inside of this bottom fin there. So now I'm just connecting my fillet all the way through here. Just lifting the fillet and very slightly just cutting little bits at a time along the ribs. There you go. You can see this is kind of where the bones are, and I've kind of got pretty much as close to the middle as you can get. And I'll go ahead and do that same thing to the other side. You can see the fillets here. It still has skin on one side, so what we're going to do is we're just going... I just want to separate the skin. It's probably the trickiest part for me, is just separating the skin from the catfish, making sure to save as much meat as possible. Don't like letting, any animal go to waste here. It's just about finding the right places to apply pressure both on the knife and on the meat to make sure you get all the skin off, but also get as much of that meat as possible. So you're almost like, with a flexible knife, you can kind of bend the knife and then put pressure on the middle of the fish. I don't catch fish all that often, but the more practice that you give to it, the better these fillets will get, the more meat you'll be able to keep, and the more you keep, some of the fish from going to waste. So I'm not saying that I'm the best. I'm not saying this is the best way. I'm just saying that this is how I've learned. It's been a little while, so. This little fillet left. Probably could have done a lot better than what I did, but we still got some good fillets, and it's gonna work for what we're using it for. Hey everybody, it's a few days later, and I'm finally cooking those catfish, but I need some help because I've never done this recipe before. So I have my mom here who's gonna be helping me cook this meal.
So did you already tell them that you didn't have enough catfish for this recipe because you're such a terrible fisherman?
Well, I wasn't going to tell them that, but yes, I didn't catch enough catfish for this recipe. You need like 2 pounds of catfish, and I only caught like 1 1/4, so I had to go to Publix and buy some fresh catfish. But where's your Guy Harvey merch, huh? That's okay, I'll fix it. Anyways, like I was trying to say, I'm gonna be cooking this recipe with my mom. It's a recipe from my great-grandmother. It's a catfish stew, so you guys enjoy this recipe, check it out, and then when you're done, you're gonna check out my mom's blog, thesouthernmimi.com, where you can find the recipe, because I'm not gonna be telling you any of the specifics. You have to go to her website to figure out how to cook it, plus you can find a whole bunch of other things on there. So go check out her website, thesouthernmimi.com. Okay, so the catfish stew is done. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some hot sauce on there. It's Louisiana because catfish in Louisiana, and hot sauce is amazing. And I mix that bad boy up. Make sure I get a good old piece of catfish there. That is boiling hot. What the heck?
Move this out of the way.
You get this big old piece of catfish right here. Oh yeah, that's good. You know what they say? Nobody makes food like your mama. Oh, unless your wife is cooking, you know?